Hello, it was on this day in 1990 that Nelson Mandela walked free from prison. And there's an interesting conversation that he had with Bill Clinton when they met once Mandela had become president of South Africa. Clinton described to Mandela the way in which he had got his young daughter out of bed at 3 o'clock in the morning in order to witness Mandela's release from prison, because he knew it was to be a historic moment. But they were both amazed when the camera focused on Mandela's face as he walked across the prison yard from where he'd been imprisoned to the prison gates, to see the level of anger and hostility that was revealed on Mandela's face. And Clinton said to Mandela, but that look is so different from the Mandela that we now know. And Mandela said, yes, I was very sorry that the camera caught that look, and I was feeling rage that these people had taken 27 years of my life. They'd killed my friends, they'd destroyed my family, and I was full of anger. But Mandela said, I said to myself, for 27 years, these people have had you as their prisoner, but you've always been a free man. Now that they've made you a free man, don't let them turn you into their prisoner. And of course he was talking about the way in which anger and rage and resentment and bitterness can get a grip on us in such a way that it undermines our humanity, that it spoils our ability to relate to others, that it seems to take away our future and our interest in the present. It's a terrible illness to have, is this sense of being overwhelmed by anger and fury against somebody else. And of course, this applies to much lesser things than losing 27 years of your life to becoming a prisoner, because a lot of us find small things and larger things lead us into this sense of feeling bitter, just perhaps for a short period or for a much longer period. A rage at the way we've been mistreated, or an unfair judgment made against us, or a comment somebody made that was demeaning, unfair, and one that we still remember with fury. There are all sorts of things that lead us into this kind of frame of mind. And we need for our own sakes, not for anybody else's particularly, we need for our own sakes to stop ourselves being a prisoner to those thoughts. And one way, of course, is to forgive, to summon up that ability in us to treat the people who've mistreated us in this way, or so we think, to begin to treat them again with love and with gentleness and with respect. In other words, to forgive them. But I think another thing often is actually to do something creative that relates somehow or other to what you've been through and what you're feeling angry about. Sometimes we need something to occupy our mind, to take away the resentment that would otherwise lodge there. And of course what that thing that we need to do will depend very much on what is causing the rage and bitterness. But it's worth thinking about if we are going through an experience of being imprisoned in that way, if we can think of something, a project that we can take on, or something that we can do that will enable us to put it out of our minds and no longer let it keep us in its thrall.